Everyone, welcome to the weekly update. I don't have Connor this week, so I have to do all of this in one shot. So please bear with me, be merciful in your comments. I'm going to play the customer and just kind of walk through the store and try to show you some of the highlights, and we'll just kind of see what happens. So let's get going. All right, as you can see, it's early morning here in Fishy Business. And even the plant lights aren't even on. I'm gonna start up here actually, because I don't think they've been shown in the last couple of weeks. The beautiful small discus that we have in. Kevin set up this discus tank probably about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And he's really got it looking good. And the coolest thing is he's working on getting it stocked. Really beautiful discus. Not even afraid of the camera. Let's hope all the other fish feel this way this morning. Beautiful discus in the front of the store when you get here. Good size if you've never done discus before to kind of start out with. And let's do a quick trip. Let's start over here with the Africans. Redfin Borealis came in. Really beautiful fish. I'm gonna actually show you all the fish in this tank because they look really well. But they looked phenomenal this week and brand new. So if you've got an African cichlid tank, Malawai tank, these would be perfect. Right behind me are some phenomenal peacocks this week. Check those guys out. Not to be missed are the electric blue ollies. Almost that ivory sheen on the top dorsal fin. These guys are beautiful. And down here as well, check these out. So some beautiful African cichlids this week. Those are just 3 tanks worth of highlights. Oh, check these out. Beautiful Dwarf Grommies. We haven't been getting these a lot recently, and then all of a sudden, the last couple weeks, we've really got some beautiful specimens of this. Little angelfish in the background. But yeah, some beautiful powder blue Grommies right here. Moving right along. Oh, definitely wanted to show you these. These Odessa Barbs came in. They look phenomenal. The little turquoise highlights on the scales really show out on these particular fish. So if you've been in the market for some Odessa Barbs, these are probably as perfect of an Odessa Barb as I have seen in the last 6 months. Beautiful. Tiger Barbs, albinos, regulars, big, fat, juicy this week, as well as green tiger barbs. One of my favorite are the electric blue Caras. And these puppies are the right size. They're starting to color up, which you can see more in person than you can on my phone. But they're really starting to get that orange mark right along the dorsal fin. And the electric color is super beautiful. If you want to see what some beautiful big ones look like, these are some beautiful big ones. Okay, so let's round the corner and go look at some Tetras, because I'm sure Kevin got some of those as well. Yep, always show the red and blue Colombian Tetras, because to me, for a $3 fish, you cannot get more color than this in a freshwater fish. Super blue turquoise on the main body with fins that are red. Just gorgeous. And whether it's just a regular tank or you've got a planted tank, these are just beautiful. Bleeding heart Tetras look really good this week, as well as the diamond Tetras shimmering through that tank. Lots of pretty big angelfish too this week. Really nice angels. Large ones you can kind of see up there. And let's run to my favorite spot, which is the oddball section in the back, and see what we might have there. Oh yeah, cool. Red spotted Severums. If I can get them to turn around so you can actually see them. See if you can get a good look there. Absolutely beautiful. This is probably one of the prettiest of the Severums, and we don't get them in very often. I have 4. They haven't really colored up with the red spots yet the way that they will, but they get red spots all over them. Beautiful fish. There's a couple cool gars hanging out. Marble needlefish came in this week. Heading near the surface. Some of my favorite rainbows, the Millennium Rainbows, came in this week. Check those out. Most beautiful. Some clown loaches skulking underneath a rock. And some Surinamensis, Geophagus Surinamensis, my favorite of the Geophagus, trying to get a little bit of attention there. Beautiful fish there. And yeah, Abramite headstanders. Got in a couple more of those. Oh, clown knife right there. And a snow white lobster in the background. You can kind of see, he's kind of blending into the rocks. But very cool. Kevin's got a lot of goldfish coming in this week. As you can see, the goldfish tanks have been prepped and are ready. Also some small koi, so you want to look for those on Friday. Back, have tons of feeder fish. And we are gonna move toward the saltwater. Oh, look. It's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid coming into work.
Good morning, boss.
All right, we're going to the freshwater now. Oh, saltwater, I'm sorry. The Regal Blue Tang that just came in. Absolutely phenomenal. What makes this fish so wonderful is the weight on it. It has a huge girth, which you don't typically get on an incoming blue hippo tang. And it is not at all skittish and hiding. It is early in the morning. Pintail fairy wrasse, just kind of coming out of its sleep overnight. This is probably one of the prettiest of the fairy wrasses. What's so wonderful about fairy wrasses, and I know I've reiterated it before, but they are so compatible in so many situations. They prefer a reef tank. They are not aggressive at all. They usually come in eating. Look at the color on that fish. And they are just an all-over wonderful, hardy fish most of the time. So that is a great fish. Right over here is a yellow mimic tang that just came in. Sometimes these can be a bit skittish in the beginning. So yeah, I think that's all the look we're gonna get out of him. A beautiful mustard colored fish that is very, very hardy. And right here, a skunk tilefish. Trying not to get too close or he will bolt. Don't typically have these in. Sorry about the filming, guys. There we go. Beautiful there. A male blue jaw triggerfish. A lot of micro bubbles in the tank, but if you can see through them, this is a beautiful, wonderful triggerfish, one of the few that actually has a good disposition. If you got a reef tank and a fairly large tank and can feed pretty heavy, Tiger Queen Anthias might work for you. You can school them and they look really cool. Small dog face puffer came in this week. Check this guy out. And there is hiding in here somewhere a tiny little bursa trigger. I'm talking thumb tiny, but very cool. So if you're starting off a really small tank that's going to be fish only and aggressive, somewhat aggressive, that bursa trigger may work. Also a pretty rainbow basilet we don't have too terribly often. Let's see. Oh, got in an absolutely gorgeous Emperor Angel. This is a large juvenile. It's got a pretty big body. Most juveniles are already at the changing stage by this point, but it is a super beautiful fish. And this leopard wrasse that just keeps coming into the picture that I've been trying to avoid, kind of waking up from the night before as well. Okay, sailfin tangs. 3 of those came in, as well as a coral beauty. And let's walk back here to the invert section and see what we might see. There is one fish that came in that I hope I still, oh yeah, I still have it. The Bella Goby. This is one of my favorite gobies. You won't be able to tell the intensity of the pink on the body. It's really more mauve with the yellow head, but the Bella Goby is super, super fantastic. This is one of the best sand sifting gobies. It stays out. It's not typically skittish. These have only been in here for I guess 2 or 3 days maybe. But it is a super beautiful goby. They are hardy, so you don't have to worry so much about that. And also want to point out the Vanderbilt's chromis that are in the tank swimming around them. I don't know a lot about this chromis, but they seem to be behaving like typical chromis. Schooling together, kind of relaxed and staying around their coral head, their respective coral head. Also got in a couple of these gold striped cardinals last week. I don't have a lot of them left, but they're beautiful too, and they seem to be schooling in here. Simple color form like a pajama cardinal in that respect, but school them together and they look really cool. All right, this is just a quick overview of what we got this week. Obviously, we got a ton more of this, and I've got a shipment coming in on Friday. Actually, 2 shipments coming on Friday, both saltwater and freshwater. So if you have some time, can come by this weekend, come check out the store. I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for putting up with this drive-by rough video that we did. There's a Richard. Richard says, have a great weekend. Come see him. God bless.